Shalom. Kohalo Yahweh Bashim Abishai Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners. And to the Akwaf, that will be the women, the few women that are listening and learning. To you, I say shalom. All right, this is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone, and this message is not to nor for the 2/3 of Israel. So if you're a two-tertian, as we call it here in Chicago, just unsubscribe. Don't even watch because it's not for you. Go watch some Desperate Housewives or Hollywood or Hip Hop Wives or whatever. Go watch some twerk videos. Whatever it is that you 2/3 do, go do it. Just because this is for serious edification for people who are serious, and these are serious times, more serious than you can even imagine. All right, what you're looking at the screen is you're looking at the reality of the defunding of police departments, which is actually going to happen in a lot of cases. Maybe not all of them, but quite a few of them. All right, there are going to be whole departments that are disbanded. And it's going to bring on some serious issues because the police department is an unrighteous organization which was only put in place to suppress and oppress the development and arrest the development of the Israelites, especially Judah. All right, after slavery, because there was no police departments prior to the emancipations of the slaves from the slave owners to the government, right? They were put in place basically mainly just to keep Jake away from Esau's women, because Esau's women were running to Jake. Esau's women was running to Jake even when they were in chains. That's just facts. All right, and that's what that was all about, to arrest and oppress the development of the Israelite male. So the police departments have been nothing but the bane of the existence to the tribes here in Babylon in the first place. But that's neither here nor there at this point. What we're looking at is America's temporarily opening back up. The false numbers of COVID are already being pushed. As a matter of fact, they were pushing new case before the first riot even finished. They are already dropping case numbers as if in the middle of the riots, people were going to the hospitals to go get checked for COVID after they attended a riot or a protest. All right, so they're pushing that narrative, and the fact is that most of these businesses, especially the restaurants, are being forced to operate at 50%. They're not going to be able to do that. Not even counting all the businesses that just simply won't be able to open up again. Because as I go up and down the streets through Bucktown in Chicago, was one of the main areas of commerce. All right, up and down Milwaukee Avenue, Damon Avenue, many of those businesses just simply haven't opened back up, and they won't. A lot of them just simply will not be able, especially businesses that don't have outside dining areas. Not all restaurants have outside dining areas. They just don't. And a lot of those restaurants that don't, they're really good restaurants, or were. And a lot of businesses, they just will not be able to make it through this time that's coming. All right? Now, imagine operating these businesses and there's no police to call when things happen. All right? So you're looking at the continuation of the epic fall of Esau Edom, who is the so-called white man. So let's let some of this video play. I'm going to click on to this one. This is a video that I came for, because the beloved brother Shathia sent this to me about 2-3 days ago, and I'm just getting to it because I had so much on my plate, but this video I had to profile. So without any further ado, here we go. Darn commercials. Gotta endure the commercials. Skip that. Salakia.
Well, it seems certain, at least in democratic cities, that several months from now, maybe even sooner, we won't have any police. I hope the police have their resumes ready. They can sell real estate or something else, because they're going to
Notice he says cities with an S, plural.
be gone. And look for a flood of New York police officers to leave what's become the rotten apple under de Blasio. Watch out for that. But we have a fundamental question for you here, America. What will happen if all the police go, not just in democratic cities, but in all cities? We defund the police and we get rid of them. What's going to take their place? Have you considered that? Sociologically, we have answers. Historically, we have answers. And this is where history and sociology will coincide.
Let's stop right there. Let's read this scripture. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. It seems to come out every other day now. But it reads, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out the window be darkened." All right, because there's not a future here. Looking out the window meaning looking to the future, looking like you're looking outside to see if it's going to be a nice day, and it's not, because it's darkened. All right, this place is circling the drain. It's circling the drain. All right, let's shoot up to about the 3-minute 45-second mark. Because he goes on to some heavy advertisement after that before he really starts talking again. So that's 3:20. Let's see.
Basically, your government will be so far to the left, communist oriented, you'll have hit squads like the KGB did in the East German Stasi. Your daughters will be propositioned out.
Yeah, maybe I do need to bring it back.
Who will be in charge of the neighborhoods if there's not policing?
There we go.
Gangsters, we'll call them warlords, and they'll gather all the food, they'll make people pay tribute, and then they'll work like little peasants it'd be like Gangsterville.
They showed you that in the series on Netflix called Containment. All right, in the containment zone, which they had contained, the local thugs took it over. All right, they outnumbered the police, and they took over the food supplies in the grocery stores, and basically they were selling back to people who had nothing, food. They took over all and controlled everything. That's what they did, and that's the reality of the things that you're gonna face. And you're gonna have different cliques and different gangs, in different neighborhoods and different fractions, militias. You're gonna have your white militia, Aryan types. You're gonna have your Black Panther types, and you're gonna have your thug types. And they're either gonna click up or go against each other, but they're going to be ruling and controlling their neighborhoods. All right, where do you think all these post-apocalyptic movies, where they get all these ideas from? They go into the scriptures, and they're writing these things and making them. That's why there's probably more movies like that than any other type of movies. All right, because that's the reality of how it's going to be before the end actually comes.
Gangster, you'll be running drugs. Your daughters will be propositioned out because there won't be.
Your daughters will be propositioned out. You're prostituted. Just say it. If you have an attractive wife, you have attractive sisters, children, nieces, and nephews, they will be used for sex by these men. All right. So it's like I said, you wicked women who wanted to jump from penis to penis, been riding the cock carousel your whole life. Now the cock carousel is actually about to ride you, because you don't get to pick and choose and jump from cock to cock. The cocks are coming to you anyway, whether you like it or not. That's the brutality of what's about to happen. This is Ezekiel 30 and and 18, and it reads, at Taphahaphnes also the day shall be darkened, when I shall break their yokes of Egypt, and the pomp of her strength shall cease in her. As for her, a cloud shall cover her, and her daughter shall go into captivity. Let's let them talk.
Any law and order, anything will be legal if the warlord says it's legal. And the warlord will be a conglomeration of gangs together, and the baddest dude wins the day. Your property won't be respected, your women won't be respected, your life won't be respected. You'll have no rights. Exactly, you have the right to do what you're told or get shot in the head.
Yep.
That is what's coming, ladies and gentlemen. And you'll have hit squads. See, they'll take basically your government will be so far to the left, communist oriented, you'll have hit squads like the KGB did in the East Germans.
Yeah, you're going to have to worry about them too, because what's left of the government is probably going to be worse than the gangs. So there'll be a three-way war. Four-way, actually. The gangs against the people, the gangs against the gangs, and the gangs against what's left of the government. This shit is going to be crazy, man. All right? This is that time when it talks about in Daniel the 12th chapter. As a matter of fact, I wasn't planning on reading that, but let's go find it. Because that's going to be the reality of it. Because it's going to get so bad out here that the elect are going to act. That's when the whole getting saved thing comes into place. All these people run around talking about they saved. Saved from what? It hasn't happened yet. All right? It says that the elect will scarcely be saved. All right? You're going to need to be saved from what? These days to come. And then for the chariots to come up to come get you. But this is Daniel 12:1. And it reads, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, the elect. Like I open this video, man, this video is for the elect. Not for some loudmouth, 2/3, man or woman. All right? Like the recent 2/3 woman on my videos, on my last couple videos, talking all that garbage. All right, still referring to herself as black and black this and black that. And her meme is a brown woman, not black at all, with pigtails and an angry face. All right, you're gonna be one of those women where the cock carousel is gonna ride you. You better believe it. Let's go to Isaiah, the 4th chapter, man, because the righteous women that are humbling themselves to the Lord's gonna give them the salvation through the man that they're with. The men of the Lord are gonna get to pick and choose, and they're gonna know through the Spirit which women are sincere. So it don't matter how pretty you are, how pretty you think you are, because you've been a glam Instagram model, the hot Twitter bitch. You're gonna be nothing to a man of the Lord, man. They're not gonna care how you look. All right, because it's gonna all be all through the Spirit, man. All right, this is Isaiah form, because you know what? Some of the nastiest people are also the most attractive. And what I've learned, the more attractive, on average, the more attractive a woman is, the more wicked she is. Especially in this society, because she's constantly getting catered to by all these simps out here. All these, I'll drink your bath water, bathe in your period blood, niggas. You weak simps. But this is Isaiah 4:1. And it reads, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So your reproach is going to only be taken away through a man of the Lord, man. Point blank, period. This is the law. This is the Bible. This is what the Lord set up, not Malcolm. Don't get mad at me because I'm reading it. Because you don't like it. Because it doesn't fit into your black culture. Your dumb ass still haven't looked up what the word black means and why they forced that label upon you and you hold on to it. That's like keeping the chains that you were shackled up in. All right. As you see, it's a shackle behind a chain and an open shackle over his left shoulder. That's like keeping the shackles that you or your ancestors were chained up in as a keepsake. Who would do that? Stupid ass. Let's let him speak a little bit more. Salakia got a little hot.
Stasi. They'll send out hit squads to take care of people who talk too much. We are so close to this happening.
Yeah, who's those people that talk too much? The Israelites. All right? Because what he's talking about, well, you know, he speaks some truth, but he's also talking about God and Jesus and God love everybody. He's got a bald face speaking about the scriptures. All right? And he's preparing and all the food and stuff. I imagine he's on high blood pressure pill, high cholesterol pills, diabetes pill. He ain't gonna make it anyway. First firefight, if he don't get shot up, if he don't get wet up, as the kids say, he gonna die of a damn heart attack from the excitement anyway.
Right now, with America so destabilized and Antifa dedicated to worldwide communism, one world government, it's in their documents, folks. I don't have to make this up.
It is, and Black Lives Matter is right there with Antifa. All right? Yeah, Antifa hijacked Black Lives Matter. No, Black Lives Matter is down with Antifa. All right? Like I said, you're still calling yourselves black. And Black Lives Matter is ran and controlled, the faces of it anyway, because it's really ran and controlled by Esau Edom. George Soros is behind that. But the face of it is 3 lesbian women who actually don't like, who actually abhor straight so-called Negro black men. And you can't be a part of their leadership. If you're a black, so-called black male, the only way you can be a part of their leadership is if you're some sort of transgender type person or you're homosexual. Because they're trying to associate that with the things that the Israelites have gone through as a whole. And that's not true.
Published them on thecommonsenseshow.com, where I went through New World Order. Yeah, exactly. They're very much controlled by the globalists. They might say, "Oh, we're for freedom." And if that's freedom, okay, there's never been such a thing as slavery. Well, anyway, I just thought you would know what would be taking the place. It'll be Mad Max. It'll be Judge Dredd. You get the idea. We'll see you back here next.
Wow, you get the idea. Hey, look, Mad Max. There was a movie called The Divide. And it starred Michael Biehn and a couple other people. I know Rosanna or Roxanne. One of the Arquette sisters was in it. But I would highly suggest you watch that movie because it was about a super in a building who knew the end was coming and turned the basement into a survival bunker. And put up a great big old steel door to protect from the outside and had plenty of food and rationing and stuff like that. He prepared, he saw it coming, and all the well-to-do tenants in the building with their 6-figure incomes and their vacations, all the dumbasses with their lie IQs were not ready. All right? And it ended up being maybe about 7 or 8 men inside of this bunker and 2 women. Guess what happened to the women? All right? One of them literally got screwed to death till she died. The 2 brothers, the 2 Edomites, kept her orifices full at all times. And she was trying to convince the other girl that this is what they needed to do to survive, because how did they get food? And anyway, the whole bunker went to shit. So all that preparation, if the Lord is not with you, you're not going to survive anyway. Then he mentioned Mad Max. Mad Max was about resources. If you haven't seen the recent Mad Max, I highly suggest that you watch it as well. All right, because what were they doing? They were fighting for gas, for water, and for women. Breast milk was a commodity. All right? So after a woman was impregnated, they continued to use her milk, their milk. All right? They were a commodity. They were traded and used as concubines and slaves. Why? Because they're the weaker vessel. That's just what it is. So when you look at that whole movie, you get to the bottom line, and all the because Charlize Theron is in it, Tom Hardy, you know, and when you look all the action and the fighting and everything, when it comes down to it, that's what the movie was about. All right, that's exactly what it was about. Let's get one last scripture. This is Isaiah 9:19, and it reads, "Through the wrath of Yahweh of hosts is the land darkened. The people shall be the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother." So death is coming. Mass destruction and chaos to America. As a matter of fact, it's already here. It's kind of slowed down a little bit, but it's going to, and this is the quiet before the storm. Because with this next false outbreak, because it's going to be real this time, because they're really going to release something. All right, there are other plagues that are here and on this way too. What's now is made to come back. Who knows what else they're going to release? They might even just go ahead and release Ebola. All right, but it's getting ready to get crazy out here. And only those that the Lord is with are going to survive it. Kol Halal Yahweh B'Shem Abishai B'Shem Rakak Wadash Wa Abad Babal Shalom.